Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to all. The reason why I put out a salute to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there, or should I say hopefully elect, is because the Most High is only delivering the elect of Israel. And the key place that's the deliverance is going to take place is here in America, Babylon the Great, the land of Edom, spoken about in Isaiah 34. In Isaiah chapter 34, it speaks about this place, America, being Edom, the land of Edom, because Edom has power over this place. Prior to that, it was known as the land of Canaan, because it was discovered by Canaanites through the authority of the Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai coming back. So the focus of this gospel is here in America. Acts 1, around about verse 6. Jerusalem, you shall teach or prophesy. Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the uttermost part of the earth. It's talking about here in America, the west. The uttermost part of the earth is the west. Now, the scriptures does say in Matthew 24, this gospel shall be preached or published. Published means, the word public comes from the word public, publish, meaning to give to the people. What people? The Israelites. Throughout the whole earth or world. And I believe the word world is, it could be oikoumene or it could be a cosmos, meaning the Israelites scattered among the rest of the people. I have to go back to it. Somebody help me out. But ultimately, this truth will be preached throughout the whole planet in an oikoumene sense because of the internet, not by us going to every single Israelite and teaching them. Even our Lord said in Matthew 10, he said, "Not so many words, you shall not go over all the cities until I become." Meaning, if you think you're going to hit every Israelite, talk to every Israelite on the planet, then you're mistaken, because I'm going to come before you hit every Israelite. So it's humanly impossible for you to physically go to every Israelite, whether they be believers or not, whether they're of the elect or not. It's humanly impossible. If you're not going to get 1%. How many Israelites out there? There's got to be. We got to be the biggest nation, not Elam, which surpassed China, not China, which is number 2, according to Esau's statistics. But Israel scattered. You got Israel all over the place under the tribe, Brazilians and so forth, Mexicans, and that's one big nation. But then you have Israelites that are mingled among the other nations. So I would venture to say there's probably at least 3 billion Israelites, maybe 4 billion. So we're the biggest nation. If all the tribes got together, all the ones that don't believe, the elect, the non-elect, that would be the sand of the sea and the stars of heaven. Meaning you can't count us. And if you count us, which is the census, that's going against the Most High. So if you attempt to try to go to every part of the world to bring that gospel as the leader of IUIC does, you're mistaken, and nothing pans out about that. The majority of the elect will have to be in America. That's why all the tribes are coming to America. If you go back to the turn of the century, the 1800s, the only tribes you had here was Jake, because they played the part of slaves. Issachar was already, because part of this country is the land of Issachar. What else? Gad, Gad and Reuben, and Edomites. You pretty much had maybe 5 different groups of people in this land. The so-called Latin tribes, which the scriptures speak of the northern kingdom, they started coming up here. It was first Ephraim. You had Issachar up here too. They were working. You had Gad. You had Reuben. And, then you had Ephraim come up in around about the 40s. And they came in heavy. And Simeon, I remember when Simeon, because I remember this was in the mid 60s, 60, 65, 66, 67, where I lived in the Bronx. They were Simeonites, but to me they were Puerto Ricans. You know? We didn't even know, what's a Dominican? He said, no, you're nothing but a Puerto Rican. We're a little bit darker. Some of y'all had curlier hair, maybe the frizzier hair or the woollier hair, you know. And I remember how the spirit changed up, and I spoke about this a little bit on a previous video. You know, you had Jake during the mid to late, going at 60, 67, 68. They had what's called naturals, which they call afros. So Michael, the Jackson 5, they had the fros. That was the big thing. Jake with big fros. Yeah, Angela Davis. I had a big fro. And prior to that, you had the conch that you put in your hair, which is a lie, to straighten your hair out. They featured that in the Malcolm X movie that Spike Lee did, because they wanted to look white and be more accepted. So Jake was like with the afro and the dashikis and the plastic afro picks which you can stab somebody with. That was look, you got to get back to your culture. So all we knew, we were Africans. That's why we had the dashikis and the afros. And the afros were at first called naturals. Even Richard Pryor said, "Boy, what's wrong with your natural?" He meant to say an afro. Hence going back to Africa. We're getting back to our African roots. Not knowing that we're Israelites. Now, in the 69, 70, 71, Jake, like overnight, Jake just shaved all them afros off. You really see Jake with afros. But then all of a sudden, Ephraim popped up with afros. It was almost like a power, which it was. As soon as Jake, this had to be maybe 70, 71, maybe 69. Jake cut their hair short. They were called Caesar haircuts. And I believe that goes back to Julius Caesar, which they were short haircuts with, you had like a part on the side. But you had Ephraim, they just started picking out their hair, and they had them super big afros. And that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. And the Ephraimites, when they first came up, they had a thing against Jake. The fuck Jake, they niggas, this, that, and the third. But why would you have a fro? Because it's a spiritual thing. Anyway, okay, let me do this. I'm going to feature this video. So what did I say? I don't know if I call the title, don't team up with those who are unbelievers. So I'm going to give you this video. What you got certain brothers getting on the IUIC. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I know one thing, that you can't team up with nobody, just as a precept says in an NLT. I don't know if these flags of the IUIC, you have purple and gold. I don't know what the event is. Somebody help me out with the event. I first heard about this yesterday. GMS Watchman, put it up. So you have another video, okay, was put up by GMS South Carolina 08. So my response is I got to get some more information. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a good thing. Because we are getting on these guys about that, but it could be a good thing. It's a good thing if they're telling them, you guys are the Israelites, and they accept it, and they'll say, you know, it makes sense. You know, we want to learn more. That's the response. When you tell people in the NOI that they're the Israelites, and they say that makes sense. I'm hearing it more and more. I had a dream, my wife had a dream that we're the Israelites. I want to learn more. Then it's open. But if they're gonna sit down and the dialogue, whatever the dialogue, fuck dialogue, man. You know, it's my way or the highway, you know, attitude. So you have, let me do this. Let me try to open it up. I don't know what's going on, what incident this is. So you got these are clearly IUIC, which they cleared out, or like we say, the long hair. And that now, dude, are they like the Sakari? Oh well, Paul. That's Paul saying it. It don't mean you got to follow what Paul says. But wait a minute, did not Yahushua deal directly with Paul? Did not Peter bigged up, highly esteemed Paul because of his deep break? It said the things that he goes over a lot of people's heads and not too many words. 2 Peter 3 verse 16. So sometimes Paul is saying the right thing and sometimes he ain't. All the scriptures say, and Paul wrote this, all scriptures given by inspiration of the Father and is profitable for reproof, correction, instruction, and righteousness, right? So this long hair stuff is clearly off. Now, you got, IUIC has no business teaching, period, because they don't have the full gospel. They didn't eat the whole roll. They spit out certain things that they like. They picked, picked and choose what they like and what they don't like, which is clearly out of order. Here you got Abba Yal, formerly Abba Allah. You got the shave thing. That's that thing. Even you got GMS members that do this. That's a hip hop shit. Rick Ross and others that got the beards, they'll shave this hair. Now, I don't know. Maybe his hair don't grow like that because he looks like a Reubenite to me. I believe he's a Reubenite. But this right here is clearly unacceptable. We had the newest brother that came to the camp. He had this same type of hair, and I told him straight up. I said, you got to shave all that shit off. And the next week he came out, before he even got into the camp, he shaved all his hair off. And then you got this guy right here. And the origins, I did videos on this. Others, Apostle Gabar, I believe he's the first to really go into it years ago about the dreadlocks. The dreadlocks goes back to Elam, to the pagans. The history of the long hair or men having long hair goes back. That's part of the Hellenization. So Paul said, look, you can't be having long hair. Because he knew he was amongst Israelites that were Hellenized. The Israelites in the church of Corinth, he had a hard time with them. And he wrote a lot of letters to them because they were going off. Every time he turned around, turned his back, excuse me, they were going off. So he had to constantly get on them. He had to constantly curse them out. And he even said, why we got to give you money? And Paul said, man, F y'all. Y'all don't got to give me shit. He said, I'm going to teach you. You ain't going to take away my glory. I'm going to teach you your demons any damn way. But this right here is out of order. This right here is out of order. That's out of order. Unless his hair grows that way, he's not out of order. You see, he got the beard. But if he put a razor right here, it's out of order. He's not out of order. He's not, I don't know if he's lined up. He don't look like he's out of order. You notice his hair's short. He's kind of balding. I'm getting there too. But if he had shaved all this off, put a razor to make the hair just look like this guy. This guy's definitely got a razor to his hair, a razor to his face, bow ties on, no fringes, same here. All them Islam. If you're part of the NOI, you have to have either short hair. Farrakhan has a head of hair, but you can't have a beard. But here you got them teamed up. Now, let me do this. I'm going to mute it. And I'm going to put if it comes up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is this guy speaking. It said the Hebrew Israelite was on, if the Hebrew Israelite was on that corner, that would never have, never happened. We shouldn't be up to if we up there or not. Y'all got the power to do the same thing. So this guy's big up in the Israelites, because I guess they marched, or they, which, whatever happened, if the Most High allowed it to happen, it's going to happen, whether IUIEC is there, whether ISUBK is there, whether the Black Stone Rangers is there. And, I'm going to say this is not a success if, after they leave, they shook hands and hugged and they went their way. First thing you got to do, you got to tell them, look, man, you guys are Israelites, man. Whatever they come up with, you got to answer for. Yeah, but ain't no Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he came back. He was Elijah in the Bible. No, he was not. And these individuals in the NOI, they're Israelites. But I knew Khalid Muhammad personally, and he knew me personally. The reason why I'm saying that, because when he used to come to the school at One West, if Sarnett is looking, he praises Khalid Muhammad. He used to come to the school at One West looking for three people: High Priest Ariyah, High Priest Yeshaya, or myself, High Priest Tahar, Priest Tahar. He wasn't looking for Gazak because he didn't know about Gazak. Had he kept coming around, he would add Kazak, because Ariyah, Yeshaya, myself, and Gazak, we were like into the prophecies and into the history and linking up history and the prophecies. That's why I like to go through these breakdowns. The last thing I did Saturday, we went through a breakdown. Very easy breakdown, but it went over some people's heads, but now they got it. And some brothers that knew it was kind of rusty on a few things. I said that's why it's good to go through them breakdowns. I stole that from Ariyah. Ariyah would build off of a breakdown, because it sends you to so many different places. Okay. So when Khalid Muhammad came around in the black Excalibur, shiny black Excalibur, we told him straight up, yo, man, you an Israelite. Yeah, but we want to hear all that. You're an Israelite, brother. And you know what? He said it's on YouTube. He has a conversation with what's this guy? He from News One in New York City. He had News One. Dominic Carter. If you put in Dominic Carter, Khalid Muhammad says, I am an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Where do you think he got that from? The One West. I got a cassette somewhere where the cassette is in my house somewhere. Maybe I throw it out. I don't know. VCRs don't play no more. I try to put in my old VCR. I'll probably tear the shit up. But let me see. Anyway, he would actually come to the classes. He would kind of sneak, but he would openly come. So if people wonder where he went, they'll find him at the school. So it wasn't, he didn't make a big deal out of it, but he came to the school. He was the head of Mosque number 7, which was right around the corner. And there's actual video, but I can't find it, of him actually sitting down and studying. So he acknowledged that he was Israelite. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Because some of you people out there, you skeptics, is gonna say, "Oh, that's BS." Let me do this. So he did acknowledge that he was a. Okay, let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. How do we do this? Dominic Carter. Give me a second. Let me do it this way. See, we don't have to sugarcoat anything. We just tell the people, look, you're a Hebrew Israelite. And you try to work with them. If they don't get it, you hope that they walk down the street. Because the Most High is only delivering the elect. That's it. Dominic Carter interviews Khalid Mohammed. There it is. Bingo. Okay, this is the actual video. And let me see what I can do with this.
Controversial Million Youth March, its organizer, Khalid Mohammed, sat down for an exclusive one-on-one with our Dominic Carter.
Yeah, there was a big controversy where Khalid Mohammed told the people out there to attack the cops and kill them. Okay, let me do this. Let me mute this. Okay, I think he says it right here in the beginning. Failure if only two. And this dude's a real coon. He's a coon. He says, we ain't no Israelites. This is a coon right here. A real coon. Okay, Muhammad answers no because media. I'm see if I can find it. I believe he's a tether. I'm gonna have to still borrow that from my main man Tariq Nasheed. He ain't no FBA. I want to go right to the point. I believe it starts here. Bear with me for a minute. This is fair use. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. So, as soon as we met, the head's over me, because I wasn't there with the initial meeting, but he knew about me. And he would come, he would ask me, salute, ask me, could you give me any books and scriptures? I'm going to have this debate with this cracker down in D.C. And I would give him that. Back then we had the icons. So get this icon book, and we tell him where to get it. And here, these are a couple of scriptures that you can link up together. And he put the scriptures down, and he would go down, have the debate in D.C. Then he would come back with the newspaper article, and he would say, "Yeah, man, I made this cracker look stupid, man. Thank you, brothers. That type of thing." There was another video. When they got the new school, that's after we left, and what's the guy from England? He did a documentary, and he was talking to Khalid Muhammad, and Khalid Muhammad says, you want to, run into some real brothers, go to them Hebrew Israelites. So he actually went, the video's out there, you got to find it. So he definitely said he was an Israelite. I'm definitely an Israelite. You don't got to show me anything else. I can clearly see it. All right? So if I'm dealing with somebody that's a member of any organization, because there's different organizations, and they're Jake, I'm going to straight up tell them. I said, first of all, we're not Arabs. We're Israelites. And if they buck against it, we'll try to work with them. But after about a couple of minutes, we're going to say, look, brother, you can walk on down the street, or you can just ignore them. If you got a question, you can say, look, we're not talking to you, whatever the case may be. Okay, to send slavery from the masses of black people who love me and donation, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Black Power. Muhammad did tell us, did not pay for his Harlem Brickstone. I'm trying to catch where he says he's an Israelite. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Fair use, fair use, fair use. You're forced to bear with me, because I want to find it myself. Maybe I'll make a clip out of it. You're a fucking coon ass nigga. And his job was to try to make Khalid Muhammad look bad. Black men movement against the crack. Another coon. This small hat. Oh wait! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Addition inside City Hall. He looks like a small hat for sure. Secular small hat. Andrew. I think this guy is his name. Kurtzman. The mayor says he's a hate monger. Harlem. Politicians say he's an outsider. He called it demagogue of racism. And let me, if they didn't go up and tell you everybody's racist, go to Long Island. Ask for directions. Go to you take your black ass out to Long Island somewhere with Levittown and ask for directions. You'll feel the hate. And I've been out to different places where it's Crackerville, I call it. And you ask them for direction, they looking at you. They'll tell you, but they're looking at you like they want to bite your head off. And then you say, "Could you say that? Listen." They're into their shit when they're in their hood, So every motherfucker on the planet Earth is fucking racist, you clowns. Oh, he's a racist. You're a racist too, white man. How many sons and daughters do you got? I got 3 daughters and 2 sons. I said, are they married? Yeah, my daughters are all married. Are they black men? No. Would you laugh? Then if the black man wasn't telling right, there's a racist thing, because you see a black man, he's a drug dealer, he's a stick-up kid, So shut the fuck up, man. This is damn. What's the brother? Damn. He kind of took his place. Damn, I can't remember his name. He had a come back to me. Damn, man. Cool brother. He had a debate with Captain Tazariak, and he pretty much said in a roundabout way, we are Israelites. Okay. A racist and anti-Semite with every press conference, Khalid Muhammad adds fuel to those charges. Tomorrow he'll address his so-called Million Youth March. Today the minister sat down with an exclusive interview with my New York One colleague Dominic Carter at Kuhn Benjaminite. Not knocking Benjamin that's woken up. Tonight we'll bring you that interview. Then later we'll together the Friday reporters. Small hat. Although the small hats that I dealt with and worked with and all, they were all cool. So, you know, if you see, you just have a deep hatred for them Jews. And I said, no, not really. But they're not our people. I work with them, man. The ones that I work with, you know, some of them ain't shit and some of them was fucking pretty fair, man. There's this one story years ago. This old so-called, he was going to retire his temple, and he gave it to a Jake. It was on the regular news. He said, I'm passing this temple off to him. So what does that tell you? Khalid Muhammad refused today to rule out the possibility of violence at tomorrow's rally crew. I'm sorry. I believe it's right here. Let's hope. Wait. Oh, no, I thought I had it. African American community, but what kind of leader tells thousands attending a rally and self-defense, if they touch you, take their guns? In other words, what type of... Yeah, well, I mean, there's self-defense, but he did... I disagree with what he did. He pretty much kind of stirred up the crowd to go to attack the police. They take their guns, shoot them with their own guns, damn it. Okay, so thousands of young lives at risk. The Bible speaks of a good shepherd, and the Bible says that when the wolves attack the sheep, attack on the flock, the good shepherd is a responsible shepherd, and that shepherd work indeed to protect the flock. But they said that he kind of went to the back. He kind of did it. He said, well, he had to take the guns, shoot them with their own guns, god damn it. And then he kind of disappeared. So bear with me for a minute. Tahar, why did you not prepare, Tahar? Why did you get the thing set? Because I didn't know I was going to go to this. So this is how you get facts. You have to sit there for, this is a 35-minute video. Sometimes to get an answer, you got to go waste 35 minutes to get the answer. And see, y'all like to take the easy way. Well, I don't know what that means. Let me go ask Tahar. Let me ask this brother. Let me ask this elder or whatever. Y'all looking for the easy way out. What y'all don't realize, sometimes we got to look and search things to find the answers to things. Oh, boy. Just bear with me. Should be coming up. Should be coming up. Just bear with me. And police will set you up. Certain crooked police will set you up to start something, so they can have a reason to either shoot you or lock you up. You know, police. You got some police that are cool and others that are corrupt, bad apples. But you're under what's called, if you're a fellow police officer and you see what actually happened and it's not favorable to that officer that did it, the corrupt cop, you're under what's called a blue wall of silence. So you're all corrupt. Oh, I never hit nobody here, but you know your partners did this shit and you didn't say nothing about it. Okay, Jack, he's bringing up the Jasper, Texas thing. And Dominic Carter don't see it because he's a coon. This guy's a fucking coon, man. And he said it. He said when he hears the word Hebrew Israelite, I don't want to hear that word. He despises the Hebrew Israelites. So I wouldn't. If you gave me $1 million, I wouldn't do an interview with this coon right here. Damn, man. Shoot a shot that you have the Uncle Tom line. I don't call you Uncle Tom. But you think he's on. You do in your mind. You know, damn Uncle Tom. He said, I'm not calling you Uncle Tom. In his mind, he's saying, but he is Uncle Tom. But you actually, Uncle Tom was cool. It was Sambo. He's a Sambo. You said it better than should be coming up. Professional, but and see what these reporters, news people, they're there to trap you up. That's why you got to come straight when you deal with them. You saw the video of this guy, Tucker Carlson. He rolled up on us, acting like he wasn't a news person because he figured Negroes don't watch talking head shows. And I said, you're a news person. He shook his head no. And he got put in check. Everything that he said, he got cut. You know, when they kept saying, well, why am I going into slavery? Because he heard the part that he wanted to hear. You know, Esau, all they do is call white people the devil. Saturday, I didn't mention nothing about the white man or the devil. So what you talking about? Because they hear what they want to hear. Damn devils. So if you deal with them, if a news person, they're trained to trap your ass up. That's why you got to be straightforward with them. And if they say, why do you come off so aggressive? I'm not coming off aggressive. I'm being straight. I'm giving you the straight answers, man. You know? I'm not here to be your friend, and you're here to try to trap me up in my words. We deal with the media if they beg, and we say, okay, that's 50,000 or whatever the case may be. If Oprah want to have an interview, that's $10 million. $10 million, Oprah. Just bear with me, just bear with me, just bear with me. Anyway, going back, let me do this. Coming back over here, I would have nothing to do with these guys being around me. Scripture said do. And then, you know, the thing about the followers, the underlinks of the IUIC, they follow what the leader says. There's only one leader. There's only one leader. There's no leadership. There's only one leader. That's why he can say whatever the fuck he want and they won't question it. So he can tell them pretty much anything. He can tell them anything within reason, but it's contrary to the scriptures, and they'll just do it. Like right now, we're in the new moon. This is the new moon. It started last night. I did a video on it. Apostle Ramab did a video on it. A couple other men did videos on it. But to them, this is not, first of all, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is a Sabbath. That's not. There's nowhere in the scriptures. There's nowhere in the scriptures. But if you confront them and ask them about it, they'll flip the scriptures around and make it seem like, no, it is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. The new moon being the full moon. We're in the new moon, which is a dark moon. But they'll put some certain words together and make somebody, the scriptures say the simple believeth every word, right? It says in Matthew 24, if it were possible, they will deceive the very elect. It says in Romans 16, 17, and 18, it speaks about them being speaking with fine speeches, deceive the heart of the simple. The only ones they're going to get are the simple ones that are not of the elect. The mindset of these guys is just obey orders. Don't question nothing, just obey orders. See, this guy, if he comes across the scripture what Paul said about the long hair, he's not going to listen to what Paul said because his leader told him otherwise. The same with this guy, man. So let's come on back here. I'm just trying to keep you entertained. Where the hell? What the hell? Okay, here we go. You just got to bear with me, man. Oh, look at that. And he did this throughout the interview. He's an insider. That's the diamond. The up pyramid and the down pyramid. He's straight up, he's an agent sent by this news thing. He's set up to do the bidding of the small hats. You just got to bear with me. I don't want to skip because I may miss it. Oh boy. But in this interview, unless he only did, from what I understand, he only did one interview. Dominic Carter did one interview with Khalid Muhammad. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unless they cut it out. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back over here. So there's no way in hell I'm going to stand arm in arm with these men right here. You know, this is like a strong united front. You can't have. What does the scripture say? Where is it? It says Proverbs 11 verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked, because these Israelites are wicked if they don't know that they're Israelites, shall not be unpunished. So it's imperative for me to tell these guys that they're the Israelites, and they got to grow their hair, they got to grow their beards, they got to put fringes on. Ultimately, down the road, they got to take the bow ties off, and they can't call on Allah. Remember, these guys are calling on Allah, and I bet you in this meeting he mentioned Allah. I'm out of here. First of all, I'm not going to be with him in the first place. Okay? And these guys are calling on Christ. So none of them are calling on the true God. IUIC, they're not even brothers, because who are my brothers? Them that do the will of my Father. They're not doing the will of the Father. Okay, so now let me do this. It said, don't join in hand, the wicked, which are Israelites at this point, shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Are all Israelites going to be delivered? Because he said, no, the seed of the righteous are Israelites. But are all the seed of the righteous, the Israelites, going to be delivered? No. So there's a righteous within the righteous. The righteous. I'll use that term. But the seed of the elect shall be delivered. Because more Israelites are not going to make it than compared to them that are going to make it. Proverbs 16:5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. So they damn near close enough. They are hand in hand. They're in agreement with each other. The Apostle Paul said, 1 Corinthians 1:10, that you all speak the same thing. That you all show the same diligence. So many precepts floating in my head. There was another one that escaped me. Well, though hand be joined to hand. The main one is this, and I read it in King James, but I said let me go to the NLT. So it says, don't team up with those who are unbelievers. Don't team up with those that are unbelievers. This is a team, them coming together as one in unity. So that's going against the scriptures. Don't team up with those who are unbelievers. How can righteousness be a partner with wickedness? Because if you're an Israelite calling on the name of Allah, another God, you're wicked and you're going to be destroyed. When the missiles get shot off and we get delivered, you're going to have people of the NOI, they're going to call on Allah and they're going to get destroyed. Elijah Muhammad is not coming down out of that mothership, which that's not true. That's bullshit. And y'all believe it. Y'all believe it. Farrakhan said he ain't dead. He's in the mothership up above us. And he going to come back. And niggas actually, not using logic, believe that Elijah Muhammad is still alive in a gigantic ship called the mothership. And you can look that up. You can look that up. Nah, you making this up to heart. They ain't said that. Look it up. Look it up. Matter of fact, let me do this. Is Elijah Muhammad in the mothership? Okay. Bear with me for a minute. There's Elijah Muhammad in the mothership. Okay, Mother Plane, I'm sorry. Teachings on Race, the Mother Plane. It's not the mothership, it's a mother plane. Elijah Muhammad is in the mother plane. Elijah Muhammad taught his followers the vision of the biblical prophet Ezekiel, UFOs. He called the mother will or mother plane. Farrakhan commented on his teacher's description, said the following. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us of a giant mother plane that is made like the universe sphere. Ezekiel I gotta search for this. Mother will, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said these planes were used to set up mountains on the earth. Where is that in the scriptures? See, if you follow the NOI with a logical thinking mind, you're gonna say this is nonsense, man. They're just making shit up. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "What we have bombed. The mother whale is a dreadful-looking thing. White folks making movies. Mrs. Louis Farrakhan, the divine destruction of America, can she avert it?" So he made that statement in 1996. Let me go to criticism. The NOI has been seen by some as attempting to be its own religious separate of Islam. The first book Lincoln describes. Other ministers read passages. Anyway, he speaks of a mother plane, and Elijah and Louis Farrakhan said he's not dead, in not so many words. He's in the mother plane, and he's waiting for Allah to come, give him the order so he can come down and destroy the devil. So you do the research, you'll see it. Okay, so let me come back over here. It says don't team up with those that are unbelievers. This is definitely a team. You know? They're definitely a team. These guys are not pushed because you said the Hebrew Israelite, like he's not a Hebrew Israelite. You'll never see GMS doing this. In other words, we'll be cool with them, but we're going to tell them, look, brother, you an Israelite. We're not going to thank you, brother, you know. One day we got to get together and talk about whether you're an Israelite or not. No, we're going to tell them straight up, you're an Israelite. Straight up. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. It says, how can righteousness be a partner with wickedness? Because they're calling on Allah, they're calling on the Arab God. They're not following the laws. They shave, the majority of them shave their head completely bald. If they do have hair on their head, they have no beards. They shave their beards every day. They're not wearing fringes. And they, like I said, they're calling on Allah. And they're reading out of the Quran. How can light live with darkness? What harmony can there be between the Messiah and the devil? Because they're worshiping the devil. When you worship Allah, you worshiping the devil. How can a believer be partner with an unbeliever? And what union can there be between the Most High's temple and idols? These would be idols. They don't even dress like Israelites. This is not even traditional Islam from the Middle East. For we are the temple of the living power, as the Most High said, I will live in them and walk. The live in them, he's going to live in the elect, not just any old Israelite, and walk among them. I will be their power, and they will be my people. It's going to start with the elect. Because if these Islamic individuals don't change their way, they're going to die here, and they're still in America, they're going to die here in America, and they're going to take the chip. I believe Farrakhan's not going to say, look, don't take that chip, because I'll be surprised if he says that. But if he says, go ahead and take it, there's nothing wrong with it, and they take it, they're condemned. Even if they don't take it, they're condemned because they don't know that they're Israelite. The importance of being an Israelite. Therefore, come from among unbelievers and separate yourselves from them. Say Yahweh, don't touch their filthy things, and I will welcome you, and I will be your father, and you will be my son and sons and daughters. Say Yahweh Almighty. Now let me do this. Right, it says, separate yourself from them and don't touch the filthy things. Even though they look clean, they're filthy, like the sepulcher in we call it mausoleums today. The sepulcher in the ancient world was above ground. A dead body went into the above ground, not buried 6 feet under. Which, by the way, in a coffin, that's an Egyptian burial procession. They would march. Them Arabs do that. That goes back to the Egyptians. When they died, they would march their bodies in the street. You know. So he's wearing white and light, nice white, clean. They're like the sepulchers, although they be painted white and beautiful on the outside, inside are dead men's bones. So these guys are dead men. They're dead to who they are. And the reason why they will not wake up to this thing, to being an Israelite, is because the Most High haven't tapped them in the head, in the spirit, to wake them up. If the Most High tapped him and he was one of the elect, he'll take off that shit. Take all that shit off right now and say we're Israelite and walk away. There's no way they should be together in unity. We got to keep this a relationship going. There ain't going to be no relationship unless you know you're an Israelite and you got to come under us. We're not going to take two gospels and put it together and roll it together and see what we come with. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one, shalom. But like I said, do me a favor, y'all. Okay, I got up to 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. You can listen to the rest of it. If I find it, I'll put it up, the minute mark, where he says, unless they took it out, where he says, not so many words, no, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm an Israelite. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next shalom.